I went very detailed on how I built this one. So keep watching the video if you want to see that part. This one, I just built it. I timed it. I talked a little bit in there, but I just wanted to time how long it took. Took over an hour, 20 minutes, something like that. Really not a long time for what you get. Eugene Segovia with EZStudRack. Today I am sweating my butt off inside a metal building. It's been a while since I've shot a video. The only problem I see in this building is the lighting. It looks like I've gained a little weight, but it's all the lighting. Just letting you know, it's the lighting. Today we got a metal building. This building is 15 by 26 long. What do most people do in metal building? They try to take advantage of the little shelving they got there all the way around. Look, I got a shelving up there. She's been putting stuff up. Well, what happens is you run out of room. So what I want to do is I'm going to put a frame wall kit on this wall. But my goal is to have all this stuff off the shelves. Look at this, it's just stacked. I got to move some more stuff. Oh. I'm sure everybody has one of these tables, but they just keep throwing stuff on there. So my goal is to have a clean table every time. Put all that up on a wall. Beep, beep, beep. Wide load, wide load. Beep. So what do we always do? We always take the measurements. Now we got a clean wall. It is 74 inches from right here, come across to right here. That's 74 inches. But what I might do is I might cut it right behind. That way I can have another 1.5 inches worth of storage. 74 inches is an oddball shelf size. I can adjust this in and out 1.5 inches just to make the shelving come out to kind of an even, easy to remember number. Let's measure this side to make sure it is 74 inches as well. Yep. 74 inches. Height from the ground is about 65 inches. 65 inches from the ground to there. If you want to build it, slap it on the ground, that's fine. I'm just telling you there's going to be critters hiding there, and then when it comes to clean up, I just like to have things off the ground. So let's say I go 6 inches off the ground. 65 minus 6 inches is what? 49. 65 minus 5 is 60, 59. So 59 inches, 6 inches off the ground to there. So that'll be my framed wall, will be 59 inches. That'd be cool. 69. Erase that. 59. Now you watch, I'm gonna mess up. So it's gonna be 59 inches, a big square. Let's go to the calculation sheet, which will be 74 to 75 inches. Height, I got about 65 inches. Now, I always like putting things above the ground so you can vacuum in there. You don't have critters trying to hide back there and build their little nests or bugs or anything like that, because I like to vacuum, keep everything clean. I raised it 6 inches, 75 wide, 65 high minus 6 inches is 59. Check this out. I got this app. Go to my website. Here, I'll show you on the phone. EZStudRack.com. You go here, and then you go to DIY Expert Advisor, Frame Wall Designer, boom. What was our width? Anywhere between 74 and 75. So I'll type in 74. I got the wall height. That said 65 minus 6 inches because I took it off the ground. So 59. And then number of columns. What I mean by columns, you got 1, 2, 3 columns. You can have 4, 5, whatever amount of columns you want, but I just chose 3. So let's go in here, type in 3. Update design, and look at this. So it verifies your wall height is 59. Your wall width is 74. Shelf width, it's going to give you in decimal 22.42. What the hell is 22.42? Who cares? I have it round down to the nearest 16th, so it's 22 and 7/16. Horizontal studs, so you're going to need quantity 2, 74 inches long, and then the vertical studs you're going to need 4, 56 inches long. Now, why does it say 56? Well, remember, your stud's 1.5 inches tall right here, minus 1.5 inches equals 56. And then you can hit the print button and print your design. Oh, and also it tells you, it rounds down how many EZStudRacks you're going to need. 24. Each section is 8. 8, 8, 8. 8 times 3 is 24. Isn't that cool? I thought that was exciting, at least for me. Now look, let's just say you wanted to, 7/16 is kind of an odd number to measure on a tape measure. So remember we said we can go anywhere between 74 and 75. So if I go to 75 inches, update design, your shelf width is 22 3/4. I chose to go with that one because it makes an easy measurement for me. So here's my sketch, 75 inches. Why do I say 75? Because I measured 74. Originally 74. And I showed you in the video where some of this is going to get tucked back. So I played with the dimension on the calculation sheet till this came out to a nice measurable number. The shelf 22 3/4. 22 3/4. This will be 22 3/4. 22 3/4. I did some numbers, some calculations. I'll need a 12-foot piece of 2x4, 10-foot, so I'll be able to cut it all up. I'll have less drops. And then some random shelves I bought, 6 inches off the ground. A 2x4 is 1.5 inches thick, 1.5 inches thick. So I calculated the middle of that is 56 inches. 65 minus 6 inches minus 1.5 inches minus 1.5 inches equals 56. I hope I did the math right. 144 inches, 56. That leaves 88 inches. So I'm going to leave that 88 inches. I'm not going to cut the 75 out just quite yet, and then you'll see why. I want to put everything together, make sure everything lines up, and then finally cut the top and bottom board. We're not building a space shuttle like I always say. So out of the 12-footer, I'm going to cut two 56 inches. So I'll go to 56 inch, mark it, take the other one, 56 inches. Always double check, 56, 56, 56. Take my speed square, mark it. Check this out. You roll it out. It's got its own plugs on and off. Comes in handy. There's a plug right here, and I just roll it out. 56 inches. I could cut both of them at the same time, but I'm not. Okay, next one. It's two 56 inches. I got two, I need 4. Now I'm grabbing the 10-footer. Now you're saying, Eugene, why wouldn't you just go ahead and just buy all 10-footers? Or if I got 10-footers, I wouldn't have enough for the top and bottom rail. Now you're asking the question, why don't you just go ahead and get all 12-footers? Well, if I did all 12-footers, then you got a big drop, so it's a big waste of money. Now you know why. So I'm going to take the 10-footer and I'm going to cut two 56 inches. Okay, we got 4 boards, exactly 56 inches. Now we're going to attach EZStudRack's. If you get EZStudRack's from Amazon, this is an 8-pack. This is good for about 4 feet of storage, and this is a 32-pack. An 8-pack is for you just to try out. Hey, you know what? I like it. And then when you want to move on to the next one, if you've got a lot of storage you want to do, grab the 32-pack. There are 4 8-packs in a 32-pack. Please don't order the 8-pack and then say, you know what? I like it, but free returns, I'm going to send it back to Amazon, I'm going to get the 32-pack. I love it that you love the product and all that, but when you return this, Amazon charges me out the wazoo. And then I got to pay for it to get shipped back to me, so I can just put it in a different box to ship it back to Amazon. Woo! You can get gray or you can get white. Up on top, it's got a little notch to mark the center if you ever wanted to center between a 2x6 or something. This length right here, from there to there, is 12 11/16. It's not 12, it's not 13, it's 12 11/16. But what I always tell people, if you've got 7 foot of storage, then get 7 pair. And then you'll have a little bit left over. You can also slice it like this, take a little box cutter, and then snap it off. Takes 2 for 1 foot of storage. Right now we got 56 inches of storage, right? You're probably not going to use the very top. I recommend splitting it, because you can use the bottom of this as a shelf, or if you're going to use the bottom, if you go to the bottom like this, make sure you slide a shelf in there so you're able to use the very bottom and slide a shelf in there. I think that's what we're going to do on this one. This is a reverse polarity calculator. In other words, I don't do 11 divided by 16. I put 11, enter, 16, enter, then divide. Just in case you're wondering, it's not like a normal calculator. 11, enter. Us engineer nerds use these. 16 would divide it. It's 0.6875. Add 12, 12.6875. That's the length of an EZStudRack. Which brings up another question. Sorry to keep getting distracted, but these are questions that come up. People say, can I cut them? Can I split them? And I go, you could do whatever you want with it. Yes, there are people that cut them and just use one little bit because they're storing a big gallon can or something, that's great as long as you don't change your shelving or change the items that go on the shelf. What I tell people, go top to bottom, because you never know what you're going to store. You might have a little thin strip of something. If you know what you're storing, you're never going to change it. Then you can start planning it, cutting it, making these go a long way. Okay, anyway, getting back to 12.6875. When you put them together, butt to butt like this is what I say, butt to butt, you can put another shelf in there. If you do this, then you can no longer put another shelf in there. So if you take 56 inches, that's how much storage space we're going to have, 56 inches. Remember we talked about that? 56 inches worth of storage, 12.6875 divided by 4.4 EZStudRack's in that entire section. If you have your EZStudRack's already, you just kind of lay them out like this. 1. What do we say, 4.4? There's 2, 3, 4. And you got room left over here, room left over here. Are you going to want to put a gap on the bottom so you can put whatever size shelf you want? That's what I recommend. So right now, if I didn't want to use a shelf on the bottom, then I just start there, but then you're wasting a little bit of, see that gap right there? If I want to put a little space, and I kind of just do this and just kind of sandwich it in there. You see how it's holding itself up? And I just hold it there. Put a screw. But anyway, going back to, if that starts there, then what does that leave at the very top? That leaves this gap right here. Now you could cut EZStudRack's and fill in that gap, or you just leave it like that. Because, you know, if you're storing paint cans, bottles of water, or whatever, that top shelf is usually, you're not going to need any shelves closer. Okay, remember I talked about 12 and 11/16. The gap between it is 3/4 of an inch. Why 3/4? A piece of wood that is called a 1x4 is actually 3/4 inches thick by 3.5 inches wide. Now it's just slightly bigger than 3/4 of an inch because if it's humid outside, if you're moisture in the wood, it kind of likes to get fat, like this light is making me look. It allows for that. How many slots? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus the top and the bottom kind of makes 12. What size wood can you put in it? You can put a 1x4, 1x6. You could put a 1x8 if I had a 1x8, 1x10, whatever size shelf you need. When you install them with Made in USA up. Why do I say up? When you screw it in there, you want to make sure it screws in, and on the other side it overlaps each other, not hits each other. Let me give you an example. Made in USA, there is no Made in USA. It's on the other side. So this one to me is upside down. This one, Made in USA, is on top. You put them together, you turn them around, what do you see? You can see through it. So what happens when you put a screw in here and a screw on the other side? They're going to hit each other. Now let's install some EZStudRack's. We haven't really built the frame yet. We're in the middle of putting EZStudRack's on each one of these. 2 boards are just going to have it on one side, and 2 boards are going to have it on both sides. Each box of EZStudRack's comes with the screws. Screws that are supplied are just wood screws, 3/4 inches long, so you can stick them in a 1x4. You want a measurement. It is 1/2 inch. Here's what I always try to tell people. Aim for the center of the hole, okay? So when you aim for the center, there's minimal shifts. This is the way I install all EZStudRack's. I do the one end, then I come and do the far opposite end. There's only 4 screws per EZStudRack. You can put more, but you got to buy more. I'm going to aim for the top side center, because if I aim too far low, it's going to want to bow like that. If I aim exactly in the center, then it won't be tight, but if I aim for the top, it's going to want to stretch it. Okay, then what I do, I skip 2 spaces. I go screw, 1, 2 spaces, screw. Screw, skip 2 spaces, screw. Go to the next one, text, always to the top. I'm assuming that's the top, so see how it's top? Aim for the center. Come to the opposite end, aim top center to let it stretch. Skip 2, 1, 2, screw. Skip 2, screw. Okay, now we're just going to repeat that. So there is one side. Remember, we got 2 to do like this. That is this side. Now these boards are the ones it's very critical that we put the EZStudRack's on the right side. This board and this board is going to go next to each other when you put your shelf on there. If you don't do it exactly a ½ inch from the end, then your shelf's going to be crooked. To put them side by side, okay, and line it up like that. But if you follow the way we did the other one and put this in there like that and sandwich it together, I'm trying to do this by holding the phone, and then you should be fine. Okay? Capiche? This is where it's important that you get your tops right. Text are on top. Made in USA. Hopefully it focuses. This one's on top. So I'm going to make sure that the other side text is on top. I'm going to put my little spacer here, push up against it, aim for the center of the hole, screw. Now we got a board with both sides on there. This one's going to go kind of around here. Grab the next one. Up, text up, text up, text up, text up. Line up the edge, put my spacer in there, and screw. Oh, see, stripped it. Torque was set too high and it just grabbed and just went all the way through. All I'm going to do is leave that screw in there and screw the one right next to it. There we go. On my other videos, I talk about if you have an unlimited wall space, what's the width that you want to make it? What size shelf do you think you're going to need? And you look around and you try to find the widest item that you're going to attach to your shelf. If you don't have any particular item, 22 inches just seem to always work really well. So I'm looking around. What am I storing? What is the longest item? I'll store this guy. It measures 17 inches. Okay, so I know the 22-inch shelf will work. All right, we got end, we got middle, we got middle, and we got end. So according to our calculation sheet, 22 3/4. I need to cut some shelves. I want 2 for each section. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 shelves. 6 sets of shelves. Here we go. 22 3/4 of an inch. Eugene's tip of the day. 22 3/4, and I called it pat for pattern. So as I cut a piece of board, I'm going to use this one to measure all the other ones, so I don't have to keep measuring. But you got to use the same board, so you label it pat. Our next phase of this journey is putting these on my website, EZStudRack.com. That's EZ as in zebra, stud like rack, RACK.com. I sell a kit called a frame wall kit. So if you're attaching this to a normal studded wall and you buy this frame wall kit, you get 6 of these 6-inch long structural screws, and then you get 5 1/8, I believe, self-drilling, whatever, tapping screws, and you get these little, they're just popsicle sticks, or you can get them at Craft Room. On Amazon, I'll leave links to all these different items if you just want to buy them individually from Amazon. These guys I use as little locks. See how it's a little wobbly? Then you can use a penny or something, but you just kind of just shove it in there like that. Boom, takes all the wobbliness out of it. And it kind of locks it in place. So we'll put some shelves on top like this. Make sure you put it in the right slot, like this, and another shelf. Now remember the boards we cut earlier? And we're just gonna slap them on top like this. So we got all these boards in. Now, what we're gonna do is take a popsicle stick, or anything really, just shove in there like that. 1 per shelf, 1 in this shelf, 1 in this shelf. What that'll do, it just leaves a little gap so they're not really tight, because the 2x4s aren't exactly perfectly straight. Make sure the board's lined up to the end like this, and then you get your handy dandy little pin and mark your board to cut. Start screwing. All I do is line up the edge, aim for the center. Probably gonna be hard to screw in, so we'll do the same exact thing. Remember we put the popsicle sticks in there? So it's kind of, everything's kind of tight. So I'm gonna pull this guy, look. I'm gonna actually put my foot on there, pull it up. But now if the popsicle stick fell out, look how easy it is to go in and out. Okay, next one. Okay, when I was able to cinch everything up together, it cinched up like another 8. See the same thing happened over there? So that needs to go on that side, because it's gonna go behind. The other one's gonna go right up against this guy. Oh, there we go. There we go. There you go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. The material we had left over, so I'm going to use these for my 6-inch blocks. This is where another pair of hands would come in handy. I just gotta manhandle it. All right, let's put a couple of screws in, and then I think we're ready to start putting shelves up. Since I'm drilling in metal, there's a lot of metal shavings, so I just got a little magnet. There's the whole pre-drill. I'm going to take this magnet, fix up all those little extra shavings. See if I can get this. Magnet's falling. Magnet fell. Well, anyway, you get the point. Phase 1 of the project done. Now comes the organizing part. Stuff that I use day to day, I want it easily accessible right here. The key to organization is 1 row deep storage. So when you use an item, you always put it back in the same spot. Oh, yeah, 1x4 works. And that's all I'll do. I'll just keep doing that. Slowly just putting things up there. Got this at Harbor Freight. It's a magnetic, what do you call it? Power strip. Instead of boring you, watching me just slowly get this thing organized, I'm just going to cut this video off and then we'll see the final product. Here's what we got. When I use this guy, I know I'm going to put it back always there in the same spot. One thing I would recommend is I would just snap a picture of it and kind of print it out and just have it somewhere. That way, if you use several items or you forget how you organized it before, you always look back at the picture and figure it out. This one's pretty tight because if you notice, it's where I attach 2 EZStudRack's butt to butt. So if it's really tight in there, it'll tighten up the shelf, but it's really not that tight. So I just put it in there like this, and it kind of starts to shove. Look, right now, easily comes in and out. But you notice it's hitting the back plastic. I don't want it to touch it, so I kind of pull it out a little bit. And then I just start to shove that guy in there. Doesn't move at all. Right now, I'm going to work on building this section. It's exactly the same as that section over there. So I'm gonna set the timer and just build it. Start to finish, stop the timer, show you how long it takes. So it'll probably be one of these. Timer starts right now. Ooh, it is hot. Can't have a fan on because too much noise. So what I do, I gotta get an old pair of underwear. Just kidding, it's old rags that we use at the shop. This one has little baby spiders. Ooh. Oh. We won't use that one. One hour, 3 minutes. I shouldn't have put the feet on first. Now I can't shove it in. Okay, this guy right here. Lift it up and slide these pieces of wood. You pick it up like this. Can I slide it underneath there? Oh, come on, come on. That's your white. Shelf goes in. Shelf goes in. Complete on this one side as far as how long it takes to build. 1 hour, 22 seconds. Anyway, I'll probably do an after it's already filled up. I'm tired. Anyway, take advantage of the wall. EZStudRack, I'm out.